My name is Dr. James Tromans, and as introduced, I lead Web3 for Google Cloud. I've been involved in the crypto space for about 10, 11 years now, but at Google, it's the first time working in the Web3 domain professionally. Dan?
Hey everyone, Dan Reecer. I'm one of the co-founders of the Wormhole Foundation. Really happy to be here, and thanks for your attention during our presentation.
All right, so everyone asks me when I attend these kind of events, why is Google here? What has Google Cloud been up to? What are the sorts of things that you've been working on? So I always like to take the opportunity to talk a little bit about our journey in this space, because it builds to a point that we're going to be talking about today with Dan. So Google's been working in Web3 actually even before February 2020. We were indexing blockchain data and taking that on-chain data and making it available off-chain since as early as maybe 2017, end of 2017, early 2018. But since then, it's been a wild ride. We've been getting more involved in the space across a number of alphabet groups and areas. But in particular in Google Cloud, we sort of doubled down on the space as early as February 2020, and then again in 2022, when we started a product and engineering team. And that product and engineering team, in partnership with our go-to-market team, have then been working really closely with both Web3 natives in the space, but recognizing that our own roots are actually in traditional organizations, other digital natives, working with finance, healthcare, and how can Google Cloud play that role connecting the digital native Web3 space with the existing millions of developers that are already on the Google Cloud platform, and how can we bring these folks together to build the next phase of the internet? So you go all the way through to our more recent partnerships, say with Polygon, Solana, of course. We've got Breakpoint later in the week. It's been a really empowering journey and a privilege to be a part of that, and so we're just really happy to be contributing to the space. So just to give you a quick overview of some of the things that we actually do from a first-party standpoint, and actually I'm very excited as well to announce today that we are bringing to market a free RPC endpoint, 100 QPS, and you can get that for Ethereum, Polygon, and Solana, and that sits in our blockchain infrastructure piece. But we also have the Web3 portal, and so the Web3 portal is an interesting place where we can bring together products and services from our customers that are in the digital native Web3 ecosystem, surface them in a place that we have lots of eyeballs on the portal. We have our faucet there. We have an Ethereum testnet faucet that gets a ton of action, and we can combine all of this with our blockchain analytics. And this isn't just blockchain analytics from Google Cloud, but it's blockchain analytics that are provided by companies like Nansen, or it's blockchain analytics that are provided by other organizations that are doing both streaming and historical data analysis, all in one place together. So it makes it easy to access the tools that make it much more productive for developers and users to do whatever it is they're trying to get done. And then, of course, we have the marketplace. The marketplace is an area where we can bring together more larger organizations that have capabilities that they want to actually sell through Google Cloud. So it's another great way to bring the existing Web 2 developer ecosystem into the Web 3 domain and make the technology much more accessible for all types of developers from different backgrounds.
Cool. Now that you have the background on what Google Cloud has been doing in the industry, I want to give you a little bit of background on Wormhole, what we're up to, and then this will lead into kind of what we're here for, what we're here to actually announce. If you're not familiar with Wormhole, hopefully you already are, but if you're not, Wormhole is an interoperability platform that connects applications, chains, tokens, and institutions across crypto. Here's our product suite. We have grown from 2020 when we began all the way to 2024 from originally just a bridge between Ethereum and Solana, making that connection, which seems very basic today, but that was really what got Wormhole started. Since then, we've really evolved from a product to a full suite of products into a platform. So I'll actually start at the bottom right of this slide. This is kind of fundamental to Wormhole, which is Wormhole messaging. This enables any form of data, whether it's governance data, assets, or any form of data, to flow between chains. Uniswap governance is one example of a team using Wormhole messaging. Queries is another product for pull-based queries across chains, which Jito is using. Native token transfers, or NTT, is one of the products you may be hearing more about now. Jito, Sol, Wrap-Stake ETH from Lido, and many other tokens are beginning to use NTT as their framework for making any token multi-chain. And then going up to the top here, the SDK, the Wormhole SDK is, of course, how developers build with Wormhole. And then Connect is another way to build with Wormhole, but very easy. It's 3 lines of code. Any application in crypto can embed Wormhole inside of their application to allow people to transfer tokens in or out of their application without leaving that app UI. So one thing I didn't mention is that Wormhole is connected to over 30 blockchains now. This covers about 96% of all on-chain activity. And on this slide, you can see the data kind of backing that. So to this day, we have 1.05 billion cross-chain messages that have been processed through Wormhole across 200 applications, like I said, more than 30 blockchains, and 6 runtimes, which is actually pretty important. It's very difficult to build with runtimes outside of EVM or Ethereum, as you may know. So we support Solana, we support the Move ecosystem, Cosmos, and a few other runtimes as well. So that was kind of the data as far as the overall history of kind of Wormhole. But who is actually using Wormhole? Who's building on Wormhole? So I mentioned Uniswap. We're enabling Uniswap governance to be done across chains. We're working with Circle and CCTP, adding functionality or programmability on top of CCTP and USDC. Synthetics is another team, as well as Infinex that we're working closely with. Pyth, Backpack. We have our roots in Solana, so we love the Solana ecosystem. Jupiter as well. So some of the examples of teams that are leveraging the tech that we've built. But how is all of this, how are all these transactions, how are all these applications actually secured? Obviously, for cross-chain protocols, security is one of the most important aspects of everything. So Wormhole has one of the most respected security systems in the industry, which is called the Guardians. The Guardians are essentially 20 different validator nodes that are processing and validating the validity of any transaction going from chain A to chain B. Here's what that actually looks like. So the source chain, let's just imagine that's Ethereum, and the target chain on the right is Solana. This is one of the most trafficked routes through Wormhole, is from ETH to Solana. So on the Ethereum side, a message is created and sent into the Guardian network, which you see in the middle. This is called a VAA. The VAA then needs to be validated by at least 13 of the 19 Guardians that are operating Wormhole today. And then that is passed on to a relayer. The relayer is essentially like a mailman taking that message to where it needs to be delivered, which in this case, in this example, is Solana. And then that data can be interpreted by the smart contract on the Solana side. So that could be a token like USDC flowing cross-chain. That could be a piece of data going into Jito. It really can be anything. So this is essentially how Wormhole works under the hood.
Yeah, and so we're really excited today to announce our partnership with Wormhole and participation in the Guardian node network. And I think one of the things I want to highlight about this particular kind of long-term commitment to one another is this idea that Web 2 and Web 3 have a lot to learn from one another. And a lot of the security capabilities that have been hard fought and learned the hard way in the Web 3 domain, and also in the Web 3 domain, still have a lot of complementary learnings for one another. And I think Google Cloud is an operator of some of the largest dark fiber in the world. We have data centers all over in corners of the globe that perhaps are underserved or perhaps don't have their own validators or certainly Guardian nodes running today. Like Google Cloud is able to help grow that network, add another piece of security. It's an additive piece that helps secure the overall network in a way that, I don't think there's another traditional Web 2 style organization participating, so it's nice to have that diversity. And so for us, it's just our commitment to the space and in this long-term partnership with Wormhole, and it's part of our ongoing journey into being part of the Web 3 ecosystem.
Yeah, we couldn't be more excited to welcome Google Cloud to the ecosystem. This has really been a long time coming. There's a lot of people on the Google Cloud side who have been working with our team for months. And I really want to also shout out our teams, the X Labs team, the Wormhole Labs team, and the team at the Wormhole Foundation. We've been doing a lot of work to make this a reality, so great work to everyone.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a real pleasure. So our sort of partnership is multifaceted. Obviously, the Guardian node and being a participant there is core to it. But I think also like helping with the ZK workloads, helping you guys continue to grow in that domain, our own independent research around ZK as well. You know, we're very passionate about the technical space. And at the end of the day, Google Cloud and Google is just a collection of individuals that love technology. So this technology is super exciting. And then from an ecosystem standpoint, we're able to bring our own startup program, help with hackathons, judging, and just generally be a community member with Wormhole. So we're super excited by that.
Yeah. So this is a look, I won't go through all of these, but this is just a look at the Guardian ecosystem as it stands today. Like James said, Google Cloud is the first traditional tech player to join the Guardian set. We have a lot of other kind of world-renowned, respected validator companies who are participating in securing Wormhole. Wormhole is also investing a lot on the ZK side, just like Google is, so we'll be collaborating on a lot of ZK research. We're looking at ZK for, number one, adding trustless verification in addition to the Guardian network, and number two, helping Wormhole scale to more chains. It's difficult to scale to chains outside of that 30, 35 chains. It's a little bit of a slower process right now, but we're looking to use ZK to scale to thousands of chains in the near future. The Wormhole Sigma startup program is a program actually created by this guy right here. But this is a program that is going to include three things: a developer competition, a accelerator program, and a seed funding program. Google will be also collaborating with us on that to provide Google Cloud credits to the teams that are participating and winning these competitions. And then, of course, multi-chain security, which is really the crux of this collaboration, is improving the Wormhole security set by adding Google Cloud as a guardian. So that's a wrap. Thanks, everyone, for your attention, and let us know if you have any questions afterwards.